Now, everybody knows that wave control is one of the most important points that makes somebody a great top laner, but there is a lot that you'd need to know. So to make it easier for you, I've narrowed it down into the top 5 wave control tactics to really level up your laning phase and make you great at controlling the wave. Starting with our first point, and this is a really common mistake that a lot of players make, when to 2 or 3 wave crash. It's really crucial that no matter what lane you're playing, if you're getting prio, you decisively crash that 2nd or 3rd wave, because if you don't, you might find yourself in a really awkward position where the wave is outside the tower and you can't trade any longer. So starting with 2nd wave crash, when do you want to be looking to do this? So really commonly on champions with great wave clear, like a Jax or a Darius, they have big AoE abilities if you're looking to trade. So if you take a big level 1 trade, a level 2 vs 1 trade after your 7th minion, even if your champion's wave clear is not the best, it's very likely that you want to crash wave 2 as fast as you can, as your trading would have disrupted the wave so much that a 3 wave crash is no longer possible. And as for a 3 wave crash, there are 2 common scenarios where you need to do this. The first one is if you're playing a champion with poor wave clear, like a Camille or a Fiora, and you don't really have the abilities needed to get the wave under tower as fast as you can on wave 2. The second is if your opponent is making the lane volatile. If you're trading heavily, you're both hitting the waves, and you don't really get that level 2 vs 1 advantage, you get it around the same time. A lot of the time you can slow down your push and go for a 3 wave crash instead, as you don't have a big minion advantage helping you get wave 2 under tower as fast as you need to. Because no matter what, if you're 2nd or 3 wave crashing, the number 1 rule for it is to crash the wave as cleanly as you can. As soon as wave 2 arrives and you take your level 2 trade, you need to be very clear, I'm 2 wave crashing, I'm getting this wave in as fast as I can, so that wave 3 bounces away from the tower and they can't block or freeze the minions outside the tower and make it really hard for you to crash it in the first place. And it's the exact same thing with a wave 3 crash. As soon as you see that wave approaching, you need to be killing the first 2 minions to get yourself level 3 as fast as you can, forcing that trade, and then after that you want to be getting that wave in as fast as possible to make sure your opponent can't block it outside their tower as well. Now I have a couple of examples here showcasing the points we were just touching on, starting with a 2nd wave crash. So in this matchup here, I rally her up against a Nah. I want to make it volatile. I want to take a big level 1 trade and a level 2 vs 1 trade, which is going to make my wave push quickly towards him, and my champion also has good wave clear, so I want to be going for a 2nd wave crash in this game. So you'll see trying to get my passive right away, and then forcing a trade onto him, making it volatile. No matter what, if you are trading onto your opponent, even if you're not hitting the wave with a spell like a Guarani or a Renekton Q, you are going to get prio a lot more faster than you might like to. Because if you attack your opponent, not only is his wave going to turn onto you and draw that damage away from your wave, but he's going to be hitting you back and not hitting your wave as well, so you're going to push a lot faster if you trade onto your opponent, even if you barely touch the wave in the first place. So you can see here, I forced my level 2 trade, and I finished getting my wave in as fast as I can, and I'm able to get a clean 2 wave crash in this game. Now with wave 3 about to bounce back towards me, because I crashed cleanly, you can see it's not going to be underneath his tower, it comes outside of the tower range, so now I can continue trading onto him and play my lane exactly the way I would like. So normally after a 2 wave crash as well, you would opt into a 4 wave crash. A 3 wave crash is okay if you take a big trade and beat it up with an AoE ability, but typically we want to look for a trade level 3 and then take a 4 wave crash in this type of lane state. So you'll see that's exactly what I'm going to do, slowing my push down now so that I can wait for wave 4 to arrive, and now that it's here, it's going to be time to force this wave in as quickly as I can. If he does give me an opportunity to trade onto him, which he does in this game, of course I'll take it, but my main goal here is to hard crash this wave and let 5 and 6 come back towards me so that I can kill him on a freeze. But you can see just hard pushing this wave, trying to get it in no matter what, whether that be wave 2, wave 4 or wave 3, whatever wave you want to get under tower, you need to crash it as cleanly as you can to ensure you have a consistent wave control and can never be frozen on. And now moving on to our example of a wave 3 crash. So in this game here, I'm playing Cho'Gath up against a Gragas, and even though my champion has good wave clear, just like we talked about before, my opponent makes it really volatile to the point where I have to change my strategy and go for a 3 wave crash instead. You can see just how aggressive he's playing. His AoE abilities is hitting me and the wave at the same time, and when he hits me, it draws minion aggro away from his wave onto him, so that slows down my push as well. So you can see right away I'm going to be changing my strategy, and a really good sign for you to know mid-game, we'll pause right here. If wave 2 arrives on either side and is relatively in the center of the lane, most likely you want to be going for a 3 wave crash instead, because not only does that mean you're going to get level 2 at around the same time and you can't abuse your level 2 vs 1 as easily, so he doesn't have to respect. It also means even if you do crash wave 2, the wave has to travel for such a long time to make it under tower that you might not crash it in time anyway. So if we ignore this kill here, imagining he dodged my Q, I'd be crashing in this wave as fast as I can and looking to let the wave bounce back towards me just like in the previous example.